Welcome back to Remember Who the Fuck You Are So the Game Can Change, the podcast that is here to lift you up, to give you some soul truths, to share my experiences and my soul's evolution and all the layers that come up, and to help you rise, to help you understand, to help you unlock what is next for you. This week's episode is about letting go. It is about saying goodbye and realizing that some people just aren't meant to come with us. So if that is something that you're experiencing or have or will, then stay tuned and tune in for this week's episode. All right, my loves. Welcome to this week's episode. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for those who are returning. Thank you for those who are new. Welcome. I'm Kira Marie, the host, and this is brought to you by Soul Sisters Legacy, which is my new baby. So strap in and let's get in to this week's episode. So this has been inspired by my own journey. And that is, if you have been following along with my dad, also friends, whether you could call them that, I'm not sure. People that I've known is probably a better term, who once knew me, but certainly don't know me now. And that's the thing, is that as we are doing our work and evolving, we change, we grow, and we are not the version of who we once were. So the people that knew us before, who probably still think they know us, but really don't. I mean, really, if you think about it, I don't even know me. I'm getting to know the new version of me. It's forever changing and forever evolving. So for those who are listening and have been in my past, hi, I'm Kira Marie. And if you haven't been following along, safe to say you actually don't know me, and that's okay, because I also don't know you, and the version that you are today. Maybe you're the same, maybe you're not. So along my journey of recently saying goodbye to my dad, and not that he still hasn't passed, but saying goodbye to the version of him, but also saying goodbye to the version of myself, and what the version of me that was brought up by him coming back into my reality, into my awareness. I hadn't seen my dad for 19 years, physically seen him and been in his presence. So that was a big step in my evolution of going back and seeing him and telling him what my soul needed to say and letting him go. And that's what's inspired this, is not only have I been going through it, my husband too has been going through it with part of his family. And also my beautiful friend Lisa from Earthy Angels. We did, or I did her retreat in Bali, and again in May, only a couple of weeks ago. And coming back from that, she has done posts and a podcast about she's done. She's just done. She's done with the old version. She's done with the old script. She's done with it all. And that inspired my husband to reach out to his family member and just say, same thing. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And it was interesting because I was speaking to him about that and helping him through that. He then went back into his phone and got a post that had been shared to him, and he read it out, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. Who shared that to you? And he goes, you did? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll go, can you send it back to me? Because I'd love to share this. So I'm just going to read this. Bear with me a moment. Technology. Okay, here we go. So this is something that took me a very long time to learn. I used to tolerate a lot because I didn't want to lose people. But I learned the hard way. If they were really my people, they never would have treated me like that. Don't make the mistake of being so understanding and forgetting that you overlook the fact that you're being repeatedly disrespected. Let them. Let them be upset. Let them judge you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them gossip about you. Let them ignore you. Let them be right. Let them doubt you. Let them not like you. Let them not speak to you. Let them run your name into the ground. Let them make you out to be the villain. Whatever it is that people want to say about you, let them. Kindly step aside and let them. The hard truth is they know how much you are hurting and they are hurting you. And yet they simply don't care. They don't care enough to make a change. They did it knowing it could cause them to lose you, and they did it anyway. People that love you care about how they make you feel. The end. Full stop. Let them go. There will be people that would rather lose you than be honest about what they've done to you. Let them go. The lack of respect was the closure. The lack of apology was the closure. The lack of care was the closure. The lack of accountability was the closure. The lack of honesty was the closure. Let them go. Make the decision to no longer sit at a table where you might have been the topic when you get up. Let them go. You can still be kind. You can even still love them deeply, but do it from a distance they created in their words and actions. Access to you is a privilege. They have proven they can't be trusted. Let them go. It's taken me a long time to get here. Sleepless nights, countless tears, managing rage of emotions filled with anger, disappointment, confusion, and deep hurt. Lots of self-reflection, self-preservation, and seeking wisdom from those much wiser than me. If you are struggling with this, please know you're not alone. We will never understand why hurt people, why unhealed people hurt people. But we can do the hard work to grow ourselves, because healed people do, in fact, heal people. Don't you dare let them steal your joy. Don't you dare let them steal your light. Don't you dare let them dim your light. Don't you dare let them steal your voice. Don't you dare let them silence you. Don't you dare let them steal your peace. You are in control of that. So hold tight to what you can control, you, and release your grip on what you can't control, them. Let them go. I'll let that sink in a little bit. The author is unknown, but I feel like I've written this. I'm sure you can feel like you've written this. The aspects of this is exactly how you felt, exactly what has come up for you, especially if there's been any narcissists in your family, friends, circle, partners. I want to touch on a few of these. Because I've certainly had this in my life for the majority of my life. Friends, where where it says the hard truth is they know how much they are hurting you and they just simply don't care. They did it knowing it could cause them to lose you. So I recently had, I think I've spoken about it in one of the podcasts. I recently had a friend who I had been friends with since I was 12, maybe 13, maybe earlier, 11, 12. And he was a friend that was there in some aspects, looking back, realising he was there on his terms. He was there when it suited him. And that played out, and I just took the scraps. I would accept that that's him, and I shouldn't expect any more because I certainly wasn't getting it until I realised, hang on a minute, what am I doing? Why am I allowing this? I fucking deserve more. And he had mentioned that he was coming to Sydney, an hour away, and then said, oh, I'll come down and visit you. And yet I then found out that he was coming down for less than 24 hours, for a couple of hours to visit. And then, so he's coming down to Sydney for a few days, coming to see me for less than 24 hours, and then flying out for a family holiday with his wife and daughter. Sorry, fiance and daughter. And I was done. And I said, and I had a conversation with him, and I said, look, I'll warn you. I said, if you don't change your plans, if you don't put me first, I will walk away. I already have from another friendship that I reminded him of. I said, and I'll do it again because I know my worth now. I know I used to put up with this from you, but no more, no more. And whether he didn't care, didn't think I was going to stick to my word, or probably didn't even care that I was going to stick to my word. So when things didn't change, I stuck to my word. And I sent him a message and said, look, sorry, but I'm out. I'm done. This isn't a thing that I've just come across. This is something that I've been pondering for years, that our friendship is not a friendship. I moved states, so then I would travel back to see him, to spend time with him. He was never returned. He would never make the effort, but expect me to. And time after time after time after time, my husband could see it. I couldn't. I even then said to my younger brother when I saw him, he asked about him, and I said, oh, we're no longer friends. And he's like, oh, about time. So he could see it too. I remember my mum seeing it and saying back when I was a teenager, Kira, is this really a healthy relationship? Is this really a healthy friendship? Is this someone that actually cares about you? I was too blindsided to see. I was too wrapped up in the narcissist control and all about him and giving me the scraps that it served a purpose, because that's all I thought I deserved, until I realised I deserved a fucking whole lot more. And it was time for me to give it to me. Not to seek it from someone else, but to give it back to me. And that's the thing, is that people would rather lose you than be honest about what they've done to you. People's reactions to you being honest is a telltale sign. Do they take accountability? Do they take responsibility for their actions? Do they apologise for how they've made you feel and how their actions and their words have had consequences? How what they have done has made you choose you, has made you walk away. Are they taking ownership for that? If they're not, it's time to let them go. Someone who can't acknowledge, who can't express, who can't say, fuck, I'm sorry. Like, I really screwed up here. Let me make it up to you. Let me change things. Let me reassess things. Let me make amends here. If they can't do that for you, they don't deserve a spot at your table. They don't deserve a spot in your life. They don't deserve to have you in their presence or you in their presence. Like, enough's enough. It's time to rise, and it's time to let them go. It's time to let them go so you can rise even further. Because when we hold on and when we allow them to hold on, it keeps you small. It keeps you safe. It keeps you contained. Is that somewhere where you want to be, contained? Or do you want to be free? Do you want to fly free? Do you want to let go and be free? Because what that does releases all the burden, the guilt, the shame that they try to inflict within you. It releases the baggage. It releases the weight you've been carrying because you've tried to do the right thing. And time again, they've thrown it back in your face. It's time to let it go. It's time to let them go. No more. Their lack of respect was the closure you needed. And speaking of that, the conversation that I had with my husband was in regards to my dad. When I went to go see him, I said what I needed to say. I said what my soul needed me to say, not my humanness, not my emotions, but what my soul needed to say, what my soul needed to release. And that was, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not knowing what I know now. I'm sorry for not understanding where you were, understanding your gifts, understanding you just needed help, understanding that you too have the same gifts I do now, understanding I didn't even know I had gifts. And I'm sorry things weren't different. I'm sorry things weren't different for you. I'm sorry that your time in this realm was not different, that it wasn't the way it is for me now. I said, I'm sorry, but things have changed, Dad. It's safe for me to be in my gifts. It's safe for me to help and to heal and to be in the light and to speak to angels and spirits and speak to loved ones that have passed over. It's safe now, and I'm sorry it wasn't for you. I could have said all the humanness of how dare you treat me the way you did? How dare you speak to me the way you did? How dare you blame me for the way you were, for not knowing anything when I was a teenager? How dare you put that burden on me? How dare you treat me the way you did? How dare you treat my mother the way you did? How dare you cheat on her the whole marriage and make her believe that she was worthless, that you was the best she would ever get? How dare you do that to her? And how dare you try and manipulate, and not even try, but manipulate her? And in turn, when it wasn't her doing it, or you were doing it too, you turned on me. How dare you manipulate me the way you did? How dare you treat me and abuse me mentally, physically, emotionally? And you know the thing is that just going with what my soul needed to tell him, I didn't need closure from him. I didn't need him to say sorry, which he hasn't. I didn't need him to say, I'm sorry, Kira. I'm sorry you've been without a father for most of your life. I'm sorry I wasn't there to welcome in my grandchildren. I'm sorry I didn't get to meet my grandchildren. I'm sorry I wasn't in their life to show them the love that they deserve from a grandparent. I'm sorry that you've been alone in this world without parents, both myself and your mum. I'm sorry your mum was killed in a car accident and I wasn't there. I'm sorry you've had to do this by yourself. I didn't get one sorry. I didn't get one acknowledgement. I didn't get any form of validation. But you know what? I got my closure. I got what my soul needed. And that's the thing, is we've been taught you need to apologise. You need to say sorry. But sometimes it's not them that you need to hear it from. It's you. It's forgiving yourself. It's releasing them. It's letting them go and the impact they had and the words they used. It is pouring down rain right now. We are having a beautiful cleanse of about 40 to 80 meals timed beautifully today. Letting go is tough because we're so conditioned that we need to hold on, we need to hold a grudge, we need to not forgive, we need to get answers, we need to have validation, we need to have them say sorry. Some people aren't capable of that. Some people are so wrapped up in their own trauma, their own unhealed version of themselves, that they are just not capable. The words are not capable to come out of their mouth. They are not even capable to see that in themselves and see that it would help you, because they're not here to help you. They're here to help themselves. So I want you to take away from this that it's time to let them. Let them be them. But choose you. See how they treat you. Notice the words they use. Notice the choices they make. Because after it all, they make their own choices. They make a choice of how they treat you. They make a choice of how they speak to you. They make a choice on if they want to speak kindly or not, or if they want to take accountability or not, if they want to take ownership of their own lack of empathy, lack of awareness, lack of responsibility. That's a choice. My dad still chose to be in the victim mode, to not look at his daughter and say, I'm sorry. And that's okay, because I've forgiven myself for my part. And I can see how powerful I am and how he's missed out and how amazing my kids are and he's missed out. How amazing my husband is and he's missed out. And the same goes for every other person in our lives that we've said goodbye to. You're missing out. And I feel sorry for you that you've walked away from having us in your life, from having access to us in your life. Because at the end of the day, you're the one missing out. And the same goes for your life. They are the ones missing out. Honour yourself. Love yourself. Know that you're enough. That you're worthy of more. Because God damn it, you are. So think about who in your life are you ready to let them go, to let them walk away. Think about what you're willing to choose, who you're willing to choose to continue to be in your life, to continue to have an impact, to have a say, to want to be in your life, moving forward. Because who we choose to have in our life has an impact too. Think carefully on who you want sitting at your table. So I can tell you now, quality over quantity means more, means so much more. Because you need to protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your presence. Because how you are and who you surround yourself with has an impact on those other people that are there. So choose wisely. All right, my love, sending you so much love, so much light. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a bit deep, but that's okay. I'd love to invite you to share, to subscribe, to follow, And join me for next week's episode. And let's see where Spirit wants to take us then. All right, my loves. Sending you so much love, so much light.